All right, guys. Joe's going to do some arm work to show you today. And of course, we challenge you. Uh, Try this in any variation that you can. He's going to pyramid down today. So he's going to start at the top of the pyramid and go down in weight. And you remember, if you watch the other, uh, about every couple of 3 times, he'll change how he does this. So we work with low weight and high reps. It's not working too extremely heavy because that will build muscle again. There again, that will that type of muscle mass. Of course, he's got mass to him. He's very big for 16, very big. But you don't want to get heavy weight mass because that will eat up all the oxygen during a fight. You don't want that. So he's going to start here, Joe. You count your own reps. Maybe I'll talk while you're doing this and all. So uh, here we go. Whenever you're ready. Of course, we'll be doing a lot more than this. He's going to do some shoulder work today, but I'm not sure if we'll have that on this video or not, just time permitting, and I don't know how many sets he's going to do here. So do what you can. Even if you want to do this routine and you go with a lot lower weight and you just starting out in lower repetitions, just start this way and do less reps, but try to do the same exercises in these supersets. And everything we do pretty much is supersetted. Uh, and we're working every day, a minimum Monday through Friday. We've had a very hectic week. We've had uh, dental appointments and all sorts of stuff. Today we were down at what's considered the district attorney's office here, and this morning, and that piece of junk down there, just they make up every excuse in the book here in South America to not give justice to anybody. So we're struggling. We're trying to get the hell up out of here and away from these people. And again, as I've been warning in videos, you think you're for open immigration, illegal immigration, you keep letting these Latin Americans up in the U.S. and you're going to be in the same shithole that we're in right now, and you don't want it. Trust me on that. You do not want it. There's no safety involved with these people. They get a few beers in them and they think it's okay to 36-year-old man to go have sex with a 12-year-old little girl. I mean, these people are something else, and you don't want it. And we've been getting hassled by these 20-year-old little dwarf punks in reality, but they won't let Joe defend himself. And, of course, today we didn't hear that. We didn't hear you can't defend yourself, but the damn police here are corrupt as hell, and you call them if you need help, you run the risk of getting your own ass locked up, unless you're greasing their palms and handing them money. And they certainly don't want to do their jobs at all. This is the most corrupt type of policing that you will find in the world here in Colombia, and the most corrupt judicial type system. anything to do with justice. There are some good people here. These people are very docile in general, because if we had the same system of justice in the U.S., there wouldn't be no more of us left because we'd kill each other. Uh, because we are more aggressive and more self-defense oriented, and we don't go around stealing and vandalizing people's stuff on the whole. You know, the majority of Americans don't do these things, but here they do. And they'll steal you blind, hence bars on all the windows and doors and stuff, because they've got what's called the papaya thing, papaya psychology. And if they steal something from you, it's your fault because you gave them some type of access to thieve your stuff. And that's the churches, it's everything. And there's a lot of witchcraft going on here, just a bunch of hell. But we keep working. Joe's coming back, and we are damn sure that in the next Olympics, and 2029 in LA, Joe's going to win a gold medal in the weight class that he ends up settling in. He'll be 19 years old by then, and I don't see no one in today's crop of amateurs anyway, in these upper weight classes that'll be able to, that they're as fast as he is, and they dang sure don't hit as hard as he does. Now, what we do is kind of Liston-esque and Tyson-esque. We just go in and beat the crap out of somebody, hunt them down and nail them and go to the house. Not playing around for the art form here, although we practice the art. And we need to get more of that aggressive boxing back in the United States. It's going to be interesting to us to see, you know, Jared Anderson. Oh, he can hit. I was like, this kid can't, that guy can't hit. He's not going to be able to make it in the division. Too much muscle that eats up the oxygen, and too much muscle to push the punch. One guy we are looking at in the U.S. and interested to see what happens with, but we're not holding our breath, is Richard Torres. As far as the younger guys coming up right now that have just recently turned pro, but hell, he's not fighting but ever so often. And our plans, if Joe decides to continue, is we'll go in and have a fight every 6 weeks, every 2 months, monthly. And we haven't seen that since the early and mid 80s. Everybody's trying to strategically do stuff, and we're not going to go in with, we're not going to go in and get a promoter to set up 20 fights to go in and get a whooping, because we don't have because he doesn't have the experience. We're going old school all the way here, and I'm convinced I'm right. I was right about the Olympics, in Olympic boxing. I said if we got one bronze medal, it would be a miracle. Turns out we got no medals. The USA got no medals in boxing. And we have just, I don't know, it's bad psychology in the United States with concerns to, I would say, light, heavyweight, cruiser, bridgerweight, and heavyweight boxing. It's a bad mindset we got going on in the United States, and we're not going to play into it or have part in it. simple process here is just beat the hell out of people. And that's boxing, folks. That's boxing. And we do peekaboo type style. And to be honest with you, Joe wants to win a gold for Mike Tyson. Uh, Mike Tyson got right up there to it to go to the Olympics, but didn't make it. And Joe would like to go all the way through there and mow them all down to show that that style can actually work in the amateurs too. We did have we were fortunate this morning to be able to um, meet some Colombians, a husband and wife that had lived 12 years in Virginia Beach, Virginia, which is north of where I grew up at. And they were very, very nice people. And we were telling them some of the situations we have here, and uh, that they were in agreement as Colombians that it's only getting worse here. And we keep talking about problems we have in the USA, but we're not imparting the fact that uh, 40 to 60% of a lot of the problems we're having uh, with all sorts of things is because of all this damn illegal immigration from Latin America. It's just got to be stopped. It's just got to be stopped. And I could sit here and put video after video out every day telling you things we go through, and you'd be like, that's not possible. People don't do these things. That's not possible. A system can't function doing things like that, and just on and on. And these people they're not even capable enough, except in rare circumstances, of getting in a line at a store. They all just bum rush the register at one time like a mad dog crowd. They haven't been taught to, they've been taught, they just refuse to do it. But just from little things like that to big things like they just think they can just do anything they want, treat anybody the way they please. And there are some good folks here, but the problem is the timidity of these people. And I got to get out of bitching and griping about this crap hole, uh, so you guys can enjoy the work more. But uh, and I wanted to remind you guys, go on and look at our shorts, because I at minimum put up a short every day of Joe on the reflex bag. He's very good on these bags. And of course, right now we've been doing this stuff here at home, and we're excited that we know we've made the decision to go back home, but we're asking for everybody's prayers that we have that we're able to get this done and get back seamlessly and whatnot. It's a big thing, and we just got a lot of situation that we got to overcome to get back home to the U.S. But Joe is so looking forward to it. He's such a great student and athlete, and he just really doesn't deserve to be here. And of course, this wasn't his decision, and it was in no way my decision. Uh, and I'll only take that so far in this video, but his mother did him very badly wrong, very badly wrong. And it's a hell of a thing when you got a U.S. citizen teenager here and we got problems going to back to the U.S. A dad and a son with his teenage son, and then we look up and there are family members uh, of his same family here that are in the U.S. illegally and not batting an eye at anything and don't care. And Joe's at the point he wants them to be kicked out and brought back home too. We're just getting sick of it. We got to get out of here because we are developing a deep rooted anger that borderlines hate.
If you just say I'm at the point, if I see one of them, I would like to use something to them.
Yeah, and that's it. Joe just said he'd like to choke one of them to death, and he's getting at the point he's going to hurt somebody real bad, and I can't have that. And that's been the biggest thing is, at some points I said, hey, I'm going to cut Joe loose, and I always grab hope myself and pull Joe back because these damn fools here are like the police and the system is saying that Joe's whole body is like a damn deadly weapon, and if he ever defends himself, he's going to prison. And there's no way for anybody to have to live, folks, under threat of damn cops and judicial people wanting to let bad people hurt you, but then you can't do nothing about it. And he's getting sick of it. And if he cracks, I'd hate to be on the receiving end of that. But we need your prayers that he doesn't crack, because I'm telling you, Joe here would kill with his bare hands. I would say 90% of the people I see on a daily basis. He'd do that with no problem. And it's just a hell of a lot to be asking. And they discriminate like hell against us. I'm so sick of hearing people crying in the U.S. about discrimination. I'm a black person and I'm discriminated. White privilege. Bring your ass down here and you'll see brown and black privilege at its best. These people hate North Americans and people from Great Britain and the UK. They just can't stand white people. They hate us. And they blame us for every corrupt thing that's ever happened to them. And I'm just as sorry as I can be. I know government, and trust me, I know this. The CIA is not running all around Latin America at the moment causing troubles. They may have caused some trouble in the past. They may have caused their fair amount of it, but these people here are corrupting their own selves. And it's the damnedest thing I've ever seen in my life, that people that do not love themselves or one another hate us so much. And you see there, you got some words out of Joe. He don't talk often, but he's serious about what he says. And he just said, I'd like to just grab any one of them and strangle them to death. And he means it. We've been pushed that far. And that's no way for any human being to have to live. But as I was saying earlier, I'm going to have to get off of these anger vents over what we're dealing with here. But at any rate, we keep working right through it. We keep going every day. What you guys get to see is maybe 10% of what's done every day. You're not seeing none of the cardio, and you're not seeing a total day's work that he's putting in, and you can combine that with working his tail end off. Of course, he's not in school this week, but working his tail off at school and making straight A's across the board. And we got some remarkable stuff going on here, and I thank the Lord that I had Joe later in my life. I was 47 or 48 or so. Well, I was approaching 50 when Joe was born. Maybe I was 50, but uh, uh, I'm so glad I did that, because being able to raise him in my 50s into my 60s, I've known better, and I've done a lot better job than if I would have had a kid 30 or 40 years ago. Not discrediting anyone that has a kid young. I don't mean to do that. I know me and my life, and I know the life I've had, and I'm just grateful that I had Joe at such a older age. And it's the darndest thing. As imperfect as I am, when my father died, when I just turned 11 years old, I asked God. I said, God, I need a miracle. I need you to send my dad back. And 40 plus years later, he did send my dad back through the guy on the screen. He's just like my father. He's got a lot of the qualities I did not get from my dad. And we're just blessed around here, even though we're going through all this turmoil. We are very, very blessed. Is this going to be the last set, right? Yeah. And it's not a lot of weight. I believe it's 9 kilos on each dumbbell here. But it gets heavy quick. And we kind of actually have been doing a little too much dumbbell work. Joe's getting to where he's getting a little bigger than I'd rather he be. Uh, was that, you still got one or two more things to do? Still got one or two more things to do? I lost where you at.
I've done 6 sets.
Are you finished now?
Yeah, I'll just work shoulders.
All right, so that completed your set, your last set. Okay, that's what I was asking. And I do let Joe listen to some music when he's doing something like this, or uh, doing distant running, or even if he's doing sprints, because but at all other times, I don't allow music to be going on, period. And a lot of people don't like that, but that's the way it used to be, and that's the way we're going to continue it. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right, so that concludes that. Joe's going to move on to shoulders, but we're pulling up on 25 minutes, so I think I'm going to kill the video right about soon here. We want everybody to know we send love to everybody. We're not trying to be hateful, but we just tell you the truth and the experiences we're going through, and trying to give our fellow American brothers and sisters irregardless of your color or whatever's going on with you, that we give you, we're warning you. You keep letting these people from down south in up there, and you're going to be living in what we're living in. And you don't want that. And we'll appreciate if y'all continue us in your prayers that we get back and that we're good and everything's fine back to the U.S. And want to tell you we love you. And I want to end as I normally do, up in here, in all our imperfectness and immoralness and mistakes we make and things that are not good with us. Christ is King up in here, and we glorify Him, and we love Him, and we hope you do too. And we'll see you soon. Now, go look on our shorts on our page, the shorts videos, and watch some reflex bag work. You'll enjoy it if you like boxing. Thanks, everybody.